Hello and welcome to a practical introduction to clinical hypnosis, a series of 4 webinars, each lasting 90 minutes, during which you will learn 12 different hypnosis techniques you can apply to your treatment sessions with your patients and clients. I'm Dr. David Murphy. I'm a physician and I'm a medical psychotherapist, and I'm based in Leamington, Ontario. And I've been practicing psychotherapy for almost 30 years now. And during all of that time, I've included hypnosis in my sessions to one degree or another, certainly more so in the last few years. I found that hypnosis is an exciting method of creating rapid change in patients, helping them and your clients to create change. And it's fun. And I've found also that it's a constant learning process. I'm constantly learning new techniques, new ways of applying those techniques. And it's a constant learning process. So I want to give you an introduction, hopefully, to whet your appetite for learning more, for practicing, for seeking out new ways of providing hypnotherapy in your sessions. The 4 sessions are all independent. During each session, you'll learn 3 different techniques of hypnosis. It's 90 minutes on a Saturday morning, and there's 3 or 4 weeks in between each session, which gives you ample time to practice the techniques you learn. I do want to emphasize that word practice. I'll keep emphasizing that word practice. It is so important to practice these techniques. Coming to a workshop and learning a technique and expecting to be able to apply it in detail straight away is like getting one piano lesson and expecting to be able to do a piano concerto. It's just not going to work. Practice is how you apply it. I'll teach you some techniques. I want you to adapt them to your methods. Adapt them to your language, make them your own, make them unique to you. So the workshops are a starting point. That's all, just a starting point, but hopefully a good start. As I mentioned, each session offers 3 different hypnosis techniques, and each workshop will focus on a different specific topic. So the first workshop will focus on personal growth and confidence. The second workshop will focus on peace of mind. The third will focus on problem solving. And the fourth will focus on learning from the past. These are all common clinical problems in psychotherapy sessions and counseling sessions. These techniques are easy to apply to those many different opportunities you will have. Again, each session will offer 3 different hypnosis techniques. And each session will have the same basic layout. So after we meet and get to know each other a little, the first activity will be a group session. I will lead all the participants of the workshop through a group activity, hypnosis activity. We'll then do a quick debrief. And the other 2 activities will all need a volunteer, because I will want to demonstrate the technique to all of you before you go and practice it. Now, there's a great benefit to being the volunteer. You get to practice it the first time, get to practice it with me. And again, the more you experience the techniques, the better you will get at them. It's really important, I think, when you're providing hypnotherapy, to ensure that you experience those techniques before you provide them to your patients and clients. It's really important to do that. When you've experienced yourself and practiced it on yourself, then you get better at it and you can promote that in a better way to your patients and clients. So there's a great benefit to being the volunteer. So the second activity of each session will be teaching you a brief induction method, something you can use very quickly. So in 3 to 5 minutes, you can help your patients and clients achieve a trance state, a hypnosis state. So I will demonstrate that technique, and then all the participants will go off into breakout rooms in groups of 2 or 3 to practice the technique. We'll get back together, just share our experiences. And then the third activity, again, I will need a volunteer to demonstrate the technique. Now, this will be a longer hypnosis technique, perhaps something that takes 5 or 10 minutes, or that can be longer. Again, feel free to adapt these techniques after you've learned them. Again, I'll demonstrate the technique, and then again, you'll go off into breakout rooms of 2 or 3 to practice the technique. Then we'll come back together and share our experiences and just do a quick debrief of the whole session. And then you get to go home and back to your offices and to practice. Practice with your patients and clients. I will send you in between the workshop, each workshop, I'll send you a script for each of the 3 activities that have been taught in each webinar. These are my words, the scripts are my words. I want you though to perhaps avoid going into a therapy session and just reading the script. You can do that. The thing is though, that will be my words, not yours. So if you can use the script as a guide, give it your own words, use it as scribed initially, and then eventually you can start to practice just using the technique without the script, and then bring your own words in. You might hear something in another workshop, another webinar, or some other words you can include. Make it a living document so it changes and grows all the time. These scripts I'm going to give you have been developed over a long time. They're not how I started, and it certainly won't be how they are in a year or 2 or 3. Practice, again, practice. Remember to practice like a beginner. Start by practicing like a beginner, just really at the same time. When you first do it with your first patient client, pretend that you're giving it this technique for the 100th time. Present it as if you're doing it for the 100th time with confidence. The outcome will improve doing that. So there we go. That's a brief introduction to an introduction to clinical hypnosis. 12 techniques, 12 scripts, lots of practice, lots to learn. Want to make it fun, enjoy it. The date of the next series of sessions is in the comments down below, and also the link to register for the sessions if you haven't done all that already. The next video in this series, in this preparation series before you join the workshop, is going to be an introduction to the history of hypnosis. And after that, I'll talk about what is hypnosis. In the 3rd video, I'll talk about what is hypnosis, and specifically what is clinical hypnosis. So I'm Dr. David Murphy. I'll talk to you again soon.